S-T-R-O. Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support.
Coach, it's a pretty frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Ready, ready! 60 Pittsburgh!
On play action, they'll throw. He's got him in, complete. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go! 60 outlaw, Greystone, travel.
It's just me and you.
Sit!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. Back to throw here. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, set.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, Haywood.
48 for Mike. Get him, get him, get him.
2nd and 9 now. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Let's go. And Tucson.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Here comes the ball.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Okay, double. Sponge.
61. Matchbox lights.
36.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And a give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Tim's the mic.
They're going to look to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Ready? 70. Indy.
Tight. Watch what?
Topper. Hey. Now.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Johnson's got it complete.
That's it, baby.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
Hey, Delta. Fire.
They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Now they try the right side here. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a handoff looking right. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
A gain of 14. First down.
Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And into the red zone now, and Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points. And
he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. Rosas good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And an alley to run. He's at the 50, the 30, 20. Touchdown, Washington. That'll go down as a 99-yard kick return. And the Redskins have taken the lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch. And you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Mike T right here, guys. Mike T. Watch the back. Mike T.
Go.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Going for the deep ball. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Giant, Landon Collins. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Switch gears.
Pilot, 64, weak. Get it.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check.
Bravo.
2nd and 10. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Second and 12 at the 44-yard line.
Back to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now 21-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Right back to him on first down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
70, Indy. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, orbit. Check. Yep.
Second and 13. Looking deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Giants on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Change the mic, change the mic. Here we go, here we go. Ready?
He'll look to throw. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
A gain of 11 yards. It's now 4th down.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
Here we go.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Greystone travel. Snap.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Giants' 44-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, defense.
Samuel West.
Here we go.
Hey, dude.
Watch the whip.
Here's 2nd and 8. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. He's got daylight. 30. The 20. 10. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Ready.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, high 7.
Mike, check, 59. Let's get the ball. Check 59.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. 7 yards there and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
Hey, Echo.
Now back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Watch the screen.
Check 61, matchbox lights. Hey, exit. Ready?
They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Schwartz. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
A pickup of 18 yards. It's now third down.
Ready? 18 Gator. Topper.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Five.
They'll throw now on the final play. On the crossing route, complete. It's Schwartz. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll look to throw here. Throwing right, and that's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. PAT up and good by Rosas. And we are tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Break. Mike 48. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
On third down, Bellamy. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You draw quarter.
They'll set up a throw. And he's got this complete to Bellamy. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 43. Swing.
Pilot, 64, weak. Shoot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
48 for Mike. I'm coming. Mike 48. Mike 48.
Hey, Charlie.
Check 48's the Mike.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. He was looking for Watkins that time. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
The Redskins on third down, putting an extra man here in the secondary.
Hey, Wahoo! Go!
Tens the mic. Watch the slam.
Hey, Alpha!
Slam.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. It's a 1st down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Set up, 50, plant.
So don't say nothing. Kill.
Recon, 132 fighter. Bravo.
Check safety.
Go. 6-6, bullet high.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Ready.
We want this.
Hey, Orbit.
Watch right.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Check 48 the mic.
On play action, they'll throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Greystone travel. Hey, Foxtrot. Get it.
Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, Something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open. That makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
General West, Smith.
48 to Mike. I got you, son. I got you, son.
Looking to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and they will take a 7-point lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Charvarius Ward there to make the stop.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Saquon Barkley running right. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll run on 1st down. Bellamy, he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
61, matchbox lights. He's coming. We got double up. Hey, high 7.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Open man there, that's Bellamy. 4 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, a ball may come your way.
The Redskins on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
1st and 10 at the 42.
60 outlaw.
That's a run. They're running it.
Under 10. Under 10. 10. Get it.
On first down, Bellamy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
80 weapon. Hey, echo.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh?
48 for Mike. Let's go, Hattie.
Steve Griffin. Steve Griffin.
They're going to look to throw. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Hey, exit.
Check 48's the Mike. Check 48's the
Five.
He'll drop to throw. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 20-yard line. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They'll run on first down. Bellamy. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll keep it on the ground. Bellamy. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Check 99.
Pilot, 64, weak.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Mike 48, Mike 48. Hey, I'm coming, I'm coming.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. And Lambeau will put this one through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already.
It's a foot race. He's at the 30, 10, and he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. A big play looming for the Giants as they'll go for 2.
Let's go. Check 3, check 4.
They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
On the set.
Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. Let's twist.
The Redskins, they can smell victory now. They take a knee.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So a victory here for the Washington Redskins, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Washington, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Giants, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.